I don't see myself live. Oh, there we go. I am live. Alright. I can see the chat. See if I can hear myself. Hello? Okay, we're working. Alright. I'm gonna do a quick channel update so a few people can join the live stream, and then we're gonna unpack the exist here, and I will give you just very quick and maybe worthless out of the box impressions compared to the brand new Stella. This here is Bass Pro Shops Formula 2500 reel that I caught in a lake in LaSalle Lake. No, I think in Lake Braidwood in Chicago. I got it from the bottom of the lake when I was dragging for catfish, and there was like a whole brick of mud on top of it. Um, I finished restoring this reel, and the reel feels really nice and smooth. The drag works amazing, but I don't have anti-reverse. I bought several anti-reverse bearings trying to fit something Chinese here, but the Chinese anti-reverse bearings are just a little bit off. They're all just a little bit too tight and they didn't work. So if any of you have an old Bass Pro Shops formula reel or any other Bass Pro Shops reel that is 1000 size or 2500 size, please let me know. Maybe I'll buy it. I'll buy it if it's broken because I'm not paying a lot of money, but I want to buy the anti-reverse bearing because the anti-reverse bearing of this reel is made in Korea, and I have Japanese anti-reverse bearings, I have Chinese, but I don't have Korean and I don't have access to anything in Korea. And the reel works fine, but without anti-reverse it's kind of annoying when you transport it. But I made a video about how I'm restoring this reel, and I will publish the video one way or another. Quick channel update. If you're wondering why I haven't done any catfishing yet, I mean, I used to do catfishing even in Illinois. I love catfishing. Then you go to Tennessee, and 5 months into the year, you still haven't been to Tennessee River once. You know, what's the deal? The deal is I have a Subaru to pull my boat up and down Tennessee. And to go to Tennessee River, there is a very steep slope that is several miles long. It's not just a short thing. It's going down for miles. I don't know how they measure them, 6% or 7%, but it's super steep. I mean, I went with just the car without the boat and I got scared. How am I gonna go down there with the Subaru and the boat? I cannot even go downhill. My trailer doesn't have brakes. I'm slowing the boat with the brakes of the car, which is fine if you go for even just a whole mile. It's still fine. But if you're going 5, 6 miles down, the brakes of the Subaru are gonna overheat. I don't want to have any of that business. And then even if I go down, let's say because my transmission has manual shift gear, maybe I can force it into gear and use engine braking, even though it's automatic. But I can still kind of use engine braking on the way down. How am I going to go back up? I mean, things will get very hot pulling so steep. I know because when I go to Normandy Lake, there is a few patches that are very steep and they're very short. And I'm going all the way down to second gear. All the way down to second gear on some patches. Even on third gear, it won't go if it's really steep. How am I gonna go like this for 5 miles or 6 miles? Transmission is gonna overheat, it's gonna pop. Even I feel sometimes the drive shaft, something will just pop. So I'm afraid to go to Tennessee River with the Subaru. I'm trying to get some kind of a truck. It's very difficult. You have heard about the market, the car market, the truck market is even crazier. I mean, I thought I had a deal several times. It's crazy. I am trying. I'm thinking of going catfishing to Cumberland River. Cumberland River, interestingly, it's kind of more horizontal drive there. Tennessee River is dangerous. I'm not going to Tennessee River without a truck. But maybe I'll go catfishing on Cumberland River. However, I did start carp fishing, and I also love carp fishing. In Illinois, most of the carp are 5, 10 pounders. Now, I caught some 5, 10 pounders here too, but I already caught a very nice carp. So, carp fishing is restarting. Okay, I started this channel as catfish and carp channel, if you don't know the history. And I got around 3,000 subscribers with just catfish and carp. And then I did my first crappie. I was watching Richard Ginn, the fishing machine, and I thought, man, let me buy one ultralight and do some crappie fishing. So I bought one 2500 size reel and one very cheap ultralight, and I went on one lake that was full of crappie, and I got a bunch of crappie. First time ever. I was with the champion, and I was hooked. And little by little, I moved to ultralight fishing and kind of abandoned the people that built my channel. From 0 to 3,000, I was growing pretty good. Then around 3,000, my channel started growing, still growing, but different. The slope was not steep anymore. And I think I started experiencing erosion because I started getting ultralight fishing subscribers, but all of the people who signed up for catfish and carp, they were not interested in this kind of tackle. So I would get 10 ultralight subscribers and 5 or 6 of them would unsubscribe from the catfish anglers. So very sad, but I lost all of the people who helped me when my channel was small and I needed somebody to click likes and stuff. And I had some good support from some good people, and they're all gone. I don't remember any of them. I don't remember. I remember them, but I haven't seen any of them. Actually, there's a couple of guys from Tennessee that I still see from time to time, but that's about it. So I'm restarting carp fishing. If you are ultralight angler or somebody from Japan, ultralight fishing will still be my #1 hobby. My heart is now into ultralight fishing, and I don't see that changing. But I love carp fishing too, and I love catfishing too. And I will be doing those too, probably, I don't know, 60-70% ultralight fishing and the rest catfish and carp. So if you see those videos, just don't watch them. You don't have to unsubscribe. I don't know, for some reason, every time I publish a carp video, people unsubscribe in droves. I can show you carp videos with 30 people unsubscribed on one carp video. And I caught 6 carp in this video. The action was fast, the camera was well positioned. 30 people unsubscribed on a carp video. Well, if you unsubscribe, even if I know you will unsubscribe, this channel is, I hate to tell you, mainly for my pleasure. I want people to like it and to connect with people, but I am not eager to quit my job and do this for a living. This channel is for my pleasure. I enjoy these videos. I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy when I find some new tackle, being able to share with somebody. I enjoy creating memories for myself, fishing memories for myself, and watch them years later. And when I see somebody else watch these videos and like them, of course I'm happy. But if you don't like carp videos and you click unsubscribe because I published a carp video, bye bye. Don't expect me to shed a tear. What else? We're too long into the video. Let's start with unboxing. I'm gonna put the camera on top of the box now so you can get a good look of this, and I want you guys to see my unfiltered first impressions. Uh, I'm curious how I will react when I see the reel. Curious how I will react, because I can already tell you it's not going to be easy for the Exist to impress me. It is not going to be easy because I am absolutely nuts about this reel. I'm absolutely nuts. I have some good reels, but this thing it's just filled with 5W30 oil, and it's absolutely liquid inside. It's nuts. So we'll see how the Exist will impress me. Without further ado, I think some of you heard a lot more drivel than what you clicked on for. Thumbs up for the guy who said, let's hope it's not full of tractor grease. You know, guys, sometimes I feel Daiwa and Shimano are watching my channel. You can say what you want, who are you to watch their channel, but some of my pet peeves, the tractor grease was removed from Daiwa Presso, and also the clicker that I had problem with, the clicker was made louder. So these are very specific issues that once I started talking about it, I see other channels talk about clickers now. And once I started talking about tractor grease, I see other channels talk about that too. But as far as channels in United States go, I think I really struggled with this with the Stella, and I'm losing patience. I don't know, I think Daiwa made some changes that were a result of feedback from, not just from me, but once you guys start paying attention to that as well, then Daiwa will make the changes. So for some reason, the top end reels have to be chromey. Now the Stella is dark chrome that I don't mind at all, but this is just shiny tinfoil chrome. Now both of them, you can like chrome or not like chrome, but when you see these reels, the Shimano bail is opening more and is thinner, but it's just as. Which spool is taller? I would say they're about the same. By the way, both of these reels are 2500 size. What is the exact model on this Daiwa? Why is it so small? Let's see the model of the Daiwa. So we know 2500 S, but it's not C, it's not FC. No, it's not FC. So we have a 2500 standard versus the compact. They don't look very different, but I already feel the Daiwa is only half the weight. The Daiwa is only half the weight of the Stella. Stella is heavy like a brick. But maybe this is why the Stella feels so freaking amazing. That's a 2500, that's a big handle. I don't know how I'm gonna compare these two reels. This reel is not mine, by the way. If you think I hit a jackpot, this reel is courtesy of Gary. Mr. Gary, his support has been priceless. Without him, you wouldn't be watching all of these fancy reels. Okay, the ultimate test to ultralight spinning reel. Spin the handle when it's brand new. First of all, it is not as quiet as the Stella. I mean, you can hear this. I don't have to believe me. You put the microphone like this. All right. It is not as quiet as the Stella. Let me just show you. There's nothing here. It's like the gears are disconnected from the handle is disconnected from the rotor. Second of all, I will immediately tell you, even though this is a 2500 size reel, well, they both have 2500 body, I guess, but this one has a, okay, I don't know if this is apples to apples comparison. Which one is smoother? Guys, they are all 100% smooth. This is, smoothness is, I have cheaper reels that are almost perfectly smooth. Smoothness has been resolved in the fishing industry. I don't know, a few years ago, smoothness was resolved. I don't think reels get smoother from now on. They improve other stuff like little noises, the weight, the resistance, but smoothness, I don't know. I have some very old Daiwa Luvias there, 2015, Daiwa Presso 2017. I don't think smoothness is the difference, but there is difference. But I wouldn't use, of course, my English is a second language here, but I wouldn't use smoothness as term to distinguish between reels. So I don't know if this is proper comparison between the two reels. I will straighten this out when I do the, let's put both of them at the top of the, when I do the reviews, I will know if I'm doing apples to apples comparison. The bodies, yeah, I can see how the bodies are the same, but the spool on the Exist is bigger. Is the rotor bigger? What I'm trying to say is I don't feel that they advertised the inertia of the new Exist as being ultra low inertia. I cannot say that this reel has a lower, it does have lower inertia than the old Exist, but I'm not impressed by the inertia of this reel. Let me put it this way. Usually when with the 2500 reels, the inertia is less of a problem than the 1000 size reels. Because the handles are bigger, the gears are bigger, you just have more leverage. Yeah, you have bigger rotor too, but I don't know, just from experience, it's very easy to make a great feeling 2500 size reel. All of my 2500 size reels, I have Tatulas, I have Vanfords, Vanquish, Luvias. They all feel amazing. The 1000 size model of the same reel, you start to feel imperfections because everything is so small and there is not enough leverage and you just feel everything. But this reel does not have the ultra low inertia I expected. Maybe it's not apples to apples comparison because this one, I mean, they have the same body, but this one has a larger rotor. So maybe that's the thing. I mean, you can see how you turn it and it stops right away. You see that? I would not say that this reel has ultra light. Look, maybe it's still full of grease. I mean, it doesn't have tractor grease for sure, but even the tractor grease, when you put it in a 2500 size reel, people never reported excessive resistance on a 2500 size Luvias, but the same people did report excessive resistance on the 1000 size model, and they had the same grease. So the leverage is very important. This 2500 in my hand is not ultra low resistance by any measure. Forget about this Stella. This Stella easily has lower resistance than the Exist. Easily. But the Daiwa Presso, the new Daiwa Presso 2020, is a lower resistance reel than this. Definitely, it's a lower resistance reel than this. That said, unless you are super anal, ultralight, freak, you will not complain about the resistance of this reel. Any bass angler, any saltwater angler will say that this reel is with super low resistance. So as far as resistance, it does not meet my expectations. I will just say it. As far as looks, the Stella is obviously the better looking reel. This dark chrome you can put on any rod. I can even put it on a Daiwa Presso. I have to get rid of this line, put yellow line. I can put it on a Daiwa Presso because I have a lot of light in the room, but on the lake, this dark chrome will look just dark. This chrome here, this is bright chrome. You need a shiny Japanese rod to go with this. This will not go on. I mean, chrome is also colorless. You can put it on I can put this on the Beleza, and I don't think it will be too ugly. Yeah, the reel does not have, fortunately, I don't feel any scratching. It doesn't have any annoying imperfections that can scare you and maybe you want to return the reel. It is perfectly smooth, but the contact between the parts is not as because there is a little bit of noise. There is no scratching, nothing annoying. The reel is. I would be happy if I ordered this reel and I got this. I personally would not be thinking about returning. It's fine. A little bit of noise is. It's probably the same noise as my Vanquish, and you will never ever notice this noise on the water. So the reel is all fine. I would say it's chromier than my taste, and the resistance for a look at the enormous size of this handle. This handle is absolutely enormous. I mean, this is like a shovel. Look at the size. This is a 50 millimeter handle for sure. This reel should have lower resistance. I mean, you can see it how abruptly it stops, right? It should have better resistance than this. I don't know what else to say. Well, we will fish it now. I think I have just the rod for this reel. Let's see how it will look. Another subscriber sent me this guy here. This is the new Shimano X Pride medium light. I would never ask subscriber for a medium light rod because how am I gonna bend a medium light rod? And this is a bass rod. It's different to order medium light, some other rod that's medium light. But ordering a bass medium light, this is for me easily medium power rod. This is a stiff rod. If I put 10-12 pound line here, I will horse some bass around, even next to cover. I will turn this fish around with this rod. But what do you think? I think it looks pretty decent. But because I knew I will have a 2500 size Exist and a 2500 size Stella, when Dave offered me this rod, I said, okay, send it to me, let's review them and let's fish them together. Now, I would love to test this with realistic fishing, but I don't want to make him uncomfortable. But if he watches this video, I would love him to fish with this combo and give me his opinion. I did fish with him yesterday actually, but I didn't even make a video because it was a very short trip, only 2 hours, and I didn't want to I didn't want to make him feel uncomfortable or have some awkward, he looks at me with his camera, I look at him with my camera, everybody pointing the camera, and these things make me feel uncomfortable. So for 2 hours, I just enjoyed fishing with him. We got onto some good sized bluegill, not too many, not as many as I wanted, but we got onto some nice sized bluegill. But I will see if he wants to do a bass fishing video with me, and I want him to fish this combo and give me some opinions on what fishing with this is like. I can tell you, for me, I put some 8 pound line, and if I hook carp or catfish with this, oof, I will show these catfish and carp the shortest path to my boat. Let me tell you this, with this setup. It does feel good though. Wow, it does feel extremely light and comfy. Alright folks, that's enough drivel. Obviously, a review of the Exist is coming, a review of the Stella is coming, comparison is coming, but I can tell you my heart is already glued to this Stella here. I don't know if Gary will sell it to me. I don't want to buy another one. I just want this exact reel that's in my hand. This exact Stella that's in my hand. I don't care that it's extra heavy. I absolutely love this new Stella, even though it's extra heavy. But yeah, look forward to that. Now, if you excuse me, I will turn off the camera, load the cooler with Gatorade and water, and we're gonna head out to Lake Normandy because it has fewer people than the other lakes, with the wife and the kids, and we're just gonna drive around. Okay, not exactly just drive around. When I drive around, I scan the bottom for bluegill beds, and I scan also the bank for good spots for carp fishing. So it's not completely, but I don't fish with the kids because if you spot lock somewhere and you start fishing on once, they start whining right. Why we still here? Why we not running? Why we not move? And I can't take it, so I don't fish. I just drive around and explore. All right, folks. Thanks for drag sound. Huh. Oh my God, fishing with Lee. Very good comments from you, buddy. How did I not try the drag sound? Where is the... Let me put the microphone right here. I haven't heard it yet either. Wow. Nice surprise here. I don't know what you guys can hear, but wow. Nice surprise here, man. Okay, as far as drag sound, the Exist is easily nicer than the Stella. Louder, crisper, sounds very nice, very crisp. That's good enough for me. I don't need louder than this, and this is stock. Yeah, that's good enough for me. Excellent drag sound, very nice. All right, bye-bye. We end all